Hey, can everybody see us?
Yes, sir. You guys look live and clear. Y'all good to go?
All right. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. It looks like we already have five people watching. So maybe we'll give everybody a minute or two to jump on in here. Oh, here. We have a distinct way that we're gonna follow chats tonight, and that's through Kayley's phone. So if you see a message that is responded to you from KMT Barrel Racing, this is our only way to do it tonight. So I'm just checking chats here.
It actually looks really clear. I was like on your phone, it's very blurry.
Mm-hmm. It actually looks better there, huh?
Kind of worried about that.
All right. All right, Brandon, BadBox, you guys can still hear us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, give everybody a couple minutes here. And welcome to our first live stream. So let's hope it
goes well.
It goes well. And we have Trenton sitting in the background back here.
Right here.
If you hear any squeaking noise, sound like a little squirrel, it's Trenton.
Trenton, I hope you're getting paid well, buddy.
I'm not that little.
You're not that.
He wants a raise.
I'm 10 in a couple, or like 4 months.
4 months. 4 months. You hit the big 1-0.
November 27th.
You'll never be in single digits again.
Yeah.
You're getting old, bud.
So we got Dearman in the house. J&J Breaks in the house. We got Alex, Mr. Enfuego, Diamond Princess. We also got Matty Ice from Matty Ice Cards.
Wow.
Look at that. Let's go. Thanks for stopping in, fam.
Wow, this is awesome. We got over 10 people watching you right now. All right. You never used the fist bump one.
Nope.
All right, now we are at 12 people, so we're at 3:32.
32 minutes.
We'll just give it maybe till 3:35 to let everybody come in. What do you guys think? Or should we just go ahead and get started?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever you guys feel.
Let's give them like 1 more minute.
You want to give them
one more? There we go.
1 more minute.
Okay, we'll give them 1 more minute.
Sticks G's in the house.
Wow.
We got Macamania 808 Cards is in the house. I probably pronounced that wrong. My apologies.
Got a lot of people here. Our little dogs are not happy that we're out here, though. They're sitting in the house hollering at us.
The rabid dingo with razor sharp teeth is just cheering you on in the back. We got Goody G in the house.
Welcome in, Jay's Mix.
Alex.
Welcome in, guys. What up, Alex?
We probably have like over 30 people or something.
How many people do we got now?
14.
14.
How do you?
Mr. Enfuego says it best. He says, Kayley, don't be nervous, girl. You're surrounded by a lot of your card community uncles and aunties.
That's Mr. Enfuego. She just read that one.
Kayley's a lot less nervous than yesterday.
She does. She's a little more relaxed. She's looking all dolled up, cowgirled up, ready to go. I'm surprised I don't see a lot of rhinestones.
Oh, there's one right here.
There we go.
Right here. A few right here. Yeah.
Right she's got them. She's got them.
We got one right here.
Now we're talking.
We got earrings,
She is a cowgirl. Is that turquoise I'm seeing too?
Yeah, it's all turquoise.
Yeah. See, you're cowgirl head to toe. I love it. I love it.
It's turquoise,
Yeah, turquoise is this girl's color. That's for sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
Should we?
And Fuego, bedazzled.
All right, so I guess maybe we can get started, huh?
Oh, we give them 2 minutes.
Huh?
We give them 2 minutes.
You'll give them 2 minutes. Oh no, we're at 3:35.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
All right, let's get started. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be having a little Q&A session with Kayley, KMT Barrel Racing tonight. And we're going to do a little introduction to the card community. I know you guys hear me talk about her all the time. You guys see me on the Discords bragging about her. So now you finally get to meet her in person.
Hi.
And feel free to ask her any questions you have about barrel racing in general, horses, or just anything you want to know to get to know her better. And yeah, now's the chance to do it. And also welcome to our first live stream. And we have Mr. Brandon Jenson and BadBox Pools not sponsoring us tonight, but joining us tonight. I'm nervous too. It's our first live stream.
What is up, fam? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just as excited as you two are, I think.
but
Mr.
yeah,
Fuego wants to start the show off. He says, so tell us about yourself, Kayley, and when did you start, and why did you start? What got you started?
Okay. Does he mean like when I start riding or when I started?
Yeah. Just kind of when you started to pick up on deciding you wanted a cowgirl.
Okay. I was about 4.
I would say about 3 or 4 years
3 or
old.
4 years old, and I did a lot of sports when I was little. A lot of sports, t-ball, or
Soccer.
Dance, like a lot, everything. And
We did try soccer, but she quit. The reason why she quit soccer. Why don't you tell them the reason why you quit soccer?
Because I didn't like the sweat back then, apparently.
She didn't like to get sweaty.
It is a lot of running.
Yeah, and now I'm a really fast runner. But anyways, yeah, I was about 3 or 4 years old. I did a whole bunch of sports. Then I started. I don't know what happened. Like, I think I started kind of getting into horses.
You were, since birth, since you were able to walk, you liked having horse toys. You liked watching animal shows, and you did show a specific interest in horses.
Mm-hmm.
And our friend, I grew up with her. Well, I know her. She trains horses up here, and we called her and asked her, hey, could you help train our daughter? And she said, absolutely. So I think 4 years old was the first time she ever got up on a horse.
Yeah, I actually think, I don't know if I have a picture, if Mom has a picture of me. What's funny is I just got my first horse, and he's a Palomino. He's the best horse ever. We're going to be getting rid of him soon. But anyways.
Well, we're not getting rid of him. We're moving on.
Yeah. To get a better horse. But the first ever horse I've ever rode in my entire life was a Palomino, and I kind of thought that was funny how the first ever horse I ever rode was a Palomino, and the first ever horse that I actually owned that I could call mine was a Palomino. So I kind of thought that was kind of cool that I just rode a Palomino for the first time and had my own horse that was a Palomino.
My God, speak up a little louder.
And then after I started riding a little bit, I remember my parents, we were in the car, and I remember my parents asking me, did you actually like this? Like, do you want to carry on? And I said, yes, like, I want to do it. And 10 years later, I came up to this point, and I always liked to go slow. I never wanted to go fast. I always wanted to pick the slowest horse, and my mom was never happy about that.
We would get so upset because we're paying to enter in these gymkhanas for her to go around barrels and everything, and she wanted to be as slow as possible.
Yeah, I chose the slowest horse as possible. And then what's funny is the person we have
Competitively.
Yeah, whatever that word is. I didn't know that we rode together our whole entire life, competing against each other until recently. Do you have the picture?
Well, this is a cute one.
So, that was me when I was little down here.
Aw.
And then that was me maybe 5 years ago? 5, 6 years ago? Can you
Look at that.
So adorable.
No doubt.
So yeah, that was me. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh Lord.
It's okay. You can calm down. It's okay.
No, but what was I saying?
Competing competitively.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So the person that, like, we're back to back together. I didn't know that we competed together our whole entire lives until just recently. And we found a picture of me and her sitting next to each other. I didn't even know she existed.
So yeah, this girl kind of drove her to be better.
But what's funny is that I always beated this girl. That's the word, right? Beated, yeah. Beat her. Not
You beat.
Yeah, beat her like my whole entire life. And then 2 years ago, she became really, really fast. And I was like, who is this girl? Like, no, you're not welcome here. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, she had animosity because this girl was all of a sudden better than her.
Yeah, I got really mad. And that's when we bought my first horse. And then I trained him. Or he was broke. And if you guys don't know what broke means, it's where you can ride him or ride horses without bucking, rearing, fighting, all of that. And you can but he just needed more training. Like, he needed to know how to turn, when I put leg pressure on him, when I tip up his nose to turn.
He knew how to be ridden. He wasn't a barrel horse.
Yeah, he knew how to be ridden. He was a trail horse, but he didn't know how to do barrel racing.
Yeah.
And he's older. He's 20 years old, which horses only live up to 30, so he's old. He's in his retiring stages. So, yeah. But this was my first year competing with him, and now me and this girl, we're back to back together. So that was kind of cool. And then on Mother's Day Rodeo, I remember my best friend, she barrel races. She's been barrel racing for 2 years now. Her mom was a barrel racer and stuff, and I think their family did barrel racing. Yeah, her mom's mom did barrel racing, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and so on Mother's Day Rodeo, my best friend's parents started talking to my parents about barrel racing, and they were like, we see potential in your daughter. We want to train her. We want to see how far we can get with her. And they scheduled my first barrel race, and that was Sherry Servey at Diamond Bar. It's a series. I'll be actually going back there for finals. And so I went to my first barrel race. Sadly, every single day I knocked down a barrel, but it's fine. We got better. But we've been training, and I've up to this point now, and it's amazing how far I've came in just the last 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Like, normally when you first start barrel racing, you don't, in 3-4 months you end up in 1D. Normally you have a high chance of getting up to 5 to 4D. Like, well, that's
okay. So now that we're on the D, maybe we might want to throw that in really quickly before the next question, because I think that's something people might not understand. The D, 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D.
Okay, so 1D, I'm going to start up to 1D. So you're going to have to kind of help me on this one. So 1D is
Okay, so let's put this in a bracket in sports. 1D is your best teams in a bracket. 2D is your next best ones. 3D, it starts declining there, but all of them are in a playoff position. But 1D is like your top teams. 2D, it goes down the list. So 1D, if you finish, let's say the overall best time of the day was a 17 seconds in a run. 30 seconds after that run starts a 2D, so 17 and a half seconds. If you finish 17.15, now you're like kind of mid-tier depending on where everybody else ran in there, but you got a 30-second gap. But ultimately what it comes down to is 1D is the best
2D.
that you can finish in, 2D second best, 3D third best, and 4D fourth best. And some events, depending on how many people are there, have 5D.
Yeah. But normally it'll either go from, on some barrel races, it's either 1D to 4D or 1D to 5D. Depends on the barrel race. But yeah, in my first barrel race, we looked at the average, and if I didn't knock any of the barrels over, I would have, in my average, I think it was second in 3D, which is amazing because that was my first ever barrel race. And just looking at the average was like, what? And if you don't know what an average is, it's confusing. So it's like,
they know what an average is.
Oh,
They're sports fans.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay, I think
Yeah, we'll let them ask a question.
got through.
That was good.
Will from WVogs18 is asking if there was any favorite place that you like to ride horses. He says he likes riding in Denver, Colorado. Do you have like a special place, or maybe like at home? Is there, when you go for a ride, is there a special place you like to go, or you just like to ride? It doesn't matter where you are.
It kind of matters where I'm at. Like when we're like Hanford, my 1 barrel race ago. I don't know how many barrel races.
Hanford was a 2 barrel race.
It was last Sunday.
Yeah, it was last Sunday. That wasn't my favorite one, I think, because of how the ground was. It was very, very wet and like muddy, dry. So like we kind of slipped a lot, and I could feel it, and it was kind of hard to like ride in that, and it kind of slowed us down a little bit. I kind of noticed that. So that one is my least favorite. So I'd put that one at the bottom.
Was your best place to ride?
I know. I'm trying to think here.
It could even be when you go to the pack station, when you help out at the pack station.
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a competition.
Yeah, it doesn't
like,
have to be
wherever you like to ride. Where you like to ride.
It could be trail ride. It could be anything. She does help out at our local pack station up here.
Yeah, the DNF pack station.
Taking the horses over the Sierra
Nevada
in
Huntington, by the way.
Mountains.
We go on day trips. So anyone that has worked from the pack station, you're welcome. I'm helping you out here.
So I had a perfect segue for what you were talking about, how it was wet and slippery. Do you shod? Are your horses shod, or are they or do they not have shoes?
Okay,
that's a good question.
It depends on the horse. So, like my friend's horse, her horse is named Candy. She has trouble with her feet, like moving her feet and stuff. So the shoes kind of help her move better. Still has trouble moving, but it like kind of helps it a little bit. But a lot of horses, they don't need shoes. It really depends. And normally you would want to ask your farrier. If farriers are like cutting, like if you want to trim your nails, that's what a farrier is. It's just for horses. So
they work on the horses.
Yeah, they work on the horses and stuff. But like a farrier would know, and a vet and a farrier, they would know if your horse needs shoes and stuff. It's like hard to explain.
So ultimately, I think it comes down to a personal decision.
Yeah.
I don't know if it kind of gains more ground for the competition or not. I think it just depends on if the horse is more comfortable with wearing them or not.
And if you did, they would do it on the 2 front feet and not the back feet.
Yeah, it's not on all 4.
It's only on the 2 fronts. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody had mentioned in the beginning, this is probably a perfect contact for you. because I grew up with sisters that broke horses, and that word is, they should have came up with a better word, because they were like, whoa, broke horse, like, isn't that against animal control? If you could, do you want to explain, what the term is, broke horse? You're not hurting them. When you're breaking a horse, what are you doing?
Okay, so breaking a horse is, so I'll use a wild horse for example. We've had a wild horse at the pack station. I watched it get trained. I helped it train it. So a wild horse, so when you pull it from the wild, it's never seen a human. It's never been touched by a human. It's never had anything besides horses with it. It's never seen a human. It's only seen wildlife, if that makes sense. So it'd be like if you see a deer in your backyard and you went to go touch it, that deer is obviously going to run away because it's scared of you. It doesn't want to be by you. Like, that's what a wild horse is. They don't like people. Like, that's their thing. So when you get a wild horse, they're scared. They just don't know what people are. And so breaking a horse would be
let's say the equivalent to
taming
training
it.
a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Only
it.
you're training an animal to be ridden.
Yes.
A horse doesn't know what a saddle blanket is, what it feels like, so they want to buck. They don't know what a saddle feels like, the weight of a human. They don't understand having something around their face and being led.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's also called desensitizing also.
Yep.
So like if I just took,
it would be like if I want her to get used to something on her face, and I just do this constantly to her, even though she might not like it at first, she might not be scared, but eventually she'll get used to it and feel
bingo. Yep.
Now so it's not hurting a horse, it's not breaking a horse at all. It's like you said, Brandon, they should have came up a different term, and training, I think, is just the more correct term.
Yep.
That you should have used.
You're pretty much taking something wild and preparing it to get used to somebody riding it and interacting with it, so that you become like one with the horse and the horse becomes one with you.
Yeah.
Just like a deer. If you want to go ride a deer, good luck roping a deer and hopping on it and riding it into town. You're going to have to work with that deer for quite some time to let it know, hey, I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to take you for a ride.
And all animals, when they're born, they're an animal.
Yeah.
At birth, they have to start getting used to you.
What I'm gonna say, like,
okay, go for it.
Like, also breaking a horse, you have to have a bond with it, because if you don't have a bond with it, it's not gonna turn out well for you. And there's things.
Dropping stuff. It's all right. Go ahead.
Okay, there's things that like with horses, horses are like, they're a 1,200-pound animal. You're trusting them with your life, so you have to have a bond with them, because they can potentially kill you. Like, they can snap like at any minute. It's just like a dog. I bet all of you guys have dogs. With a dog, like, and I have a German Shepherd, so I had to be with her all the time, because German Shepherds they're working dogs. They're used for police,
and they
armies,
can be aggressive,
and they could be aggressive. So I had to do a lot of bonding with her, and that's the same thing with horses. You have to have a great bond, or else that horse could potentially hurt you, like, really, really badly.
Or hurt itself too.
Yeah, and it can hurt itself, and like it could turn out badly for the person and the horse. Like, so you have to have a good bond with it. You can't take it too fast. You have, like, anything that a horse does correctly that one day, it's over, you're done. Wait till the next day, then you can, like, start doing it, because the horse will be like, okay, they're not working me as much. But also, I've also learned in the horse world, with horses that aren't trained, in wildlife for horses, the bigger horse is the boss of it. So when you have a wild horse, you want to get as tall as possible, not to scare them, but to show them, no, you're not the boss. I'm the boss. You're going to listen to me. No, not going to happen. So I've also learned that they think they can do whatever they want. My horse thinks he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't get away with it, but yeah. So it's winning battles with your horse.
Lance at J&J Breaks has a great question for you. He's wondering, is there a specific breed of horse that's best for barrel racing, or is it something that any horse can do and it's all on the person riding him?
We were actually just talking about this today because we're looking into buying a horse.
Yeah. So
Another one.
I'm getting. So we're gonna try and get a baby horse where I can train it and do barrels and stuff. So we'll maybe do some videos when we find a horse and.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Training videos.
Yeah, training videos, and you guys can watch how I do it. But I forgot the question. Wait, what was
what's
it?
The best
the best
to ride?
breed. Okay, so thoroughbreds, quarter horses, I think those are the two main.
Yeah, I would say thoroughbred and quarter horses.
Thoroughbred and quarter horses.
Two of the best for barrel racing.
I don't know.
If you
Should I bring up a picture of a thoroughbred and quarter horse to show them what it looks like, or no?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. Actually, I wouldn't. I'd give them something to check out.
Yeah.
They'll look it up. They'll Google it.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, thoroughbreds and quarter horses are the main used in barrel racing. But there's still some people will bring horses that were like, oh wow, okay, that's shocking. Wow, okay. And then a lot of people watch.
Palominos are good though too.
That's a color though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's color.
see, I'm still trying to learn everything myself. Like I don't know it all. That's why I let her do most of the talking.
But there's some paints that are thoroughbreds and quarter horses, and the paints aren't just good. That's another thing. There's some horses like you can also tell by the color
if they're going to be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we noticed that we're actually having this discussion today. We noticed that there's not a lot of paint horses at these barrel racing events. I think I figured out why. One that we did go to where there was a lot of paints. Those paint horses are crazy, and they act up all the time. Like they just don't want to listen, and they can get dangerous with the rider and people.
There's a lot of paints that are awesome and amazing. It just depends how you train the horse. It depends how the lifestyle of that horse was before it. It depends of how.
And a paint horse is multiple colors.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that like almost like a cow print on the horse.
So other than the breed, do you look for certain features on a horse, like maybe looking at its ankles, their hooves?
So you kind of want to, it's going to sound weird, but you want to look at their butt to see how their muscles are. So,
bingo.
Because when they turn and you come out of that barrel, they're going to use their back feet to come out of that. Mm-hmm. So they're going to use their front feet.
Launch.
Yeah, so they're launch. So I don't know if there's a few photos in these videos, but there's a few photos of me that you can see where Rocket, the horse I ride, they launch. So it's not jumping. It's just like, it's like when you're running. You're launching yourself, kind of.
It's just digging yourself down and pushing yourself up.
That's why you sit. So when you turn, that's why you sit. Because if you don't sit, you're going to either fly forward or you're going to fly back. Yeah. And
so a big butt is what she's saying.
But it has to have a lot of muscle in it. And you
can't be a chubby butt, just a big butt.
You want to check muscles in that horse. You want to check how they walk. You want to check all their hoofs. You want to go down their leg, make sure they don't like feel pain. You want to go down their spine and see, and you like, it's not hardcore pressure. It's just like if you took your thumb and your index finger and you just went down with a little bit of pressure on your arm, and that's what you want to do on their spine. And if they crunch down, that means it hurts their back.
That means that there's an issue.
Yeah, that means there's an issue on its back. You also want to look at its teeth. You can also tell by the age of its teeth. So I'm not an expert on this. This is what I've been told. So if you've been told different, don't blame it on me. So it's kind of hard. So there's a line.
There's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap in their tooth where you can see where they're at. So I think it's when they're 7 years old, it's halfway down. And then when they're
I think it's another like 15.
Yeah. No, 14. It's 14. I think it's every 7 years. So, and then when they're 14, there's a little bit more of a gap, and it just keeps going down every 7 years. I think that's how it is. Every 7 years, it makes a little bit more of a line.
So you could tell 7, 14, 21.
Yeah.
28.
So that's how you can tell. But you also want to look at their teeth, make sure they have all their teeth, and you want to make sure, because we also found out with my horse, he has one extra tooth. I can't remember what it was called. The wolf tooth. So horses, they're supposed to lose that when they're younger. They aren't supposed to have that wolf tooth. And when we got my horse, we found out that he still had the wolf tooth, and it needed to be removed too. I don't think they were.
Wow.
Need to.
Not yet.
I guess one more segue to choosing a horse, male or female horse.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that use males, or studs or geldings. Gelding is a fixed horse.
Gelding is
Yeah.
and a stud is
A lot of barrel races, it's against the rules to use a stallion or a gelding. So a lot of barrel races, it's against the rules. And majority of barrel races, they all have mares. So, and a lot of sports, you're always gonna see that they always use mares more, because if the mare gets hurt, they can breed it and they can use their babies, and they can just continue on that.
Well, and another reason, if you do have a stud horse at a barrel racing event, because there's so many mares there, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
He's going to try to mount all of those mares that he sees.
It's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, it could be very dangerous.
So at a lot of barrel races, it's against the rules too.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like using mares. At Gymkhana, my horse is a gelding, but it's not against the rules at Gymkhana. And my horse is very good with females. We've had him around mares and stuff, and he's never acted up or anything. So it depends how you train your horse again too.
Yeah.
So growing up in Nebraska, my sisters had a lot of horses. They would actually break them to make money. That was their job in high school. To make money, they decided to break horses. And I ended up getting one myself, and it was a buckskin. And I called it Denny because of the movie The Man from Snowy River and Return from Snowy River. Do you have any favorite horse movies that you just you have to watch? Because out of all of them, I think I've watched both of those 1,000,000 times, but I've only seen any other horse movie maybe once or twice.
Okay, I have a lot. A lot of them I can't remember the names.
You guys have about 4 hours.
My all-time. Okay, I'm gonna include one show. So Heartland is actually what really got me into.
She used to watch
this.
Heartland a lot.
They're actually coming out with a 16, so go out and go watch all 15 seasons right now, so you can be ready for 16. I'm really excited. Okay, really excited. That's my all-time. But for movies, I love Walk Ride Rodeo.
Walk Ride Rodeo.
Yeah. So the girl that is the main character is Amberly Snyder.
Real life.
Can I go get the?
Yes, you can go get. I'll kind of fill them in while you go get it.
You go, girl.
Amberly Snyder is a real life woman, barrel racer. And when she was young, she was projected to be the next biggest racer. And it was her rookie year. She was doing really well. She had an accident in Montana driving, and it paralyzed her.
Oh.
And The doctors told her she's never going to walk again, let alone get on a horse again.
Mm.
Well, Amberly defied all odds, and she is riding a horse now.
Yeah.
And not only riding a horse, she is competing and a professional and one of the top barrel racers in the entire world. And she can't even.
Let's go.
She is the I don't know about now, but a few years ago, I don't know about now, but a few years ago, she was the only paralyzed barrel racer.
Mm-hmm.
Only paralyzed barrel racers, and the only one to actually get on a horse paralyzed. Now, after Amberly Snyder has gotten on a horse and other paralyzed Western people, English people, whatever.
Western riding, English riding.
Yeah. They've come defeat their odds and they've gone on a horse. I've seen many, many, many people do it, but I haven't seen people actually compete in the sport.
Yeah, Amberly's actually competing and not just showing up and, walking around a bit. No,
she's actually going.
She's actually we got to watch her in person barrel race, and that woman is fast.
Awesome. Yeah, she's really good. Her horse in that movie is named Power. That was her first horse, but her first barrel horse. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And the movie's about Amberly Snyder.
Yeah, it's all about Amberly
Walk,
Snyder.
Ride, Rodeo.
Yeah.
And it is actually good.
And actually, she's learning how to walk again right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you might be asking yourself how she is actually riding if she can't walk. She's actually strapped in to the saddle.
She has a seatbelt in the saddle. And in the movie, she says, well, a seatbelt got me in this wheelchair. So why not just use a seatbelt to get me to ride again?
Yeah.
That's the exact words of it. I remember it. I remember almost every single word to that movie. I've watched it so many times.
So, hold on. Before you show them that, it was like the most epic weekend ever. So Kayley decided, okay, you know what? I want to start competing at our local Gymkhana. I want to win it this year. You know how I told you earlier, she always just kind of wanted to go slow. And when she decided she wanted to compete, she worked her butt off, trained, and the first Gymkhana that we had up here, she finished with the top spot.
Got high point.
High point, the first time ever she has done that. And she beat her competition, the girl she was aiming for. The next day, we get a call saying, hey, Amberly Snyder's right down the road, and she's training girls. Do you want to come? We didn't even know. And so all of a sudden, Kayley goes down there. She gets to meet Amberly Snyder the same weekend. Actually, she just finished at the.
Oh man, my phone's like burning.
It's been out in the sun. She finished number 1 in her first competing Gymkhana.
Okay. I'm gonna find the pictures and I'll show you what she signed.
Yeah,
and
so
everything.
And then so we got to watch. They also had a barrel race that night, and we got to watch Amberly compete in that same.
Her dog also followed me everywhere. I was so happy. Okay. There's her dog sitting next to me. Oh, there's her dog sitting next to me. I was so happy. Okay. There's her signing my phone case. I was so happy.
Well, you have the phone case right here that's signed.
I know. I'm showing them the pictures.
Oh, the pictures. Okay.
Another one. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Let's go.
There's her and all my friends. There's her horse that she's training right now. Let's see. Do I have any more pictures? And then she posted us on her story.
Yeah, on her own story. Yes, Kayley there.
And I was tagged in it. I was so
tagged
happy.
Kayley.
So I also have Sherry Servey on here, so don't mind her. There's Amberly Snyder's signature, and there's Sherry Servey.
Sherry Servey's another professional barrel racer.
She's the most richest barrel racer in the world, so gotta meet her.
Nice.
Well, she's aiming to be
awesome.
She signed my hat. It's hard to see. Amberly Snyder.
Not only that, but
and then she signed this. She gave it to me, not the case. That she signed that for me, and she said, "Never lose hope, Amberly Snyder."
That's amazing.
So that wasn't even yet the coolest part of that weekend.
Tell her.
Amberly's riding. We're watching. Kayley's filming it. Now there's a lady sitting next to us talking to another lady. And after Amberly's done riding, she goes away. The lady comes up to Kayley. Did you film that? Yeah, I did. Can you do me a favor and send it to this number?
It was Amberly
It
Snyder's
was
mom.
Amberly's mom that asked that because she forgot to film it. And the number that she texted it to.
And I thought this was her mom's number.
Yeah, we thought it was her mom's number.
I was like, oh my God, like what? I was speechless. I couldn't speak. And then her mom goes over to Amberly Snyder and she comes back to us and was like,
she's like, don't give this number to anybody because that was actually Amberly's number.
Snyder's number.
Wow.
It's like having Mike Trout on speed dial, huh?
Exactly.
And then after her mom gave me Amberly Snyder's phone and said, you need to video her next run.
So Kayley,
nice.
And then she didn't, and then so she had to unlock it for Kayley. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'd be even like Mike Trout now. You're having his phone even. And it was that was kind of cool.
Because the mom still had a flip phone, so she didn't know how to use an iPhone. So I kind of had to show her, and then she gave me the phone to like video her. I think the video was probably shaking because I was like shaking while videoing. So and then Amberly Snyder posted the video.
Yep.
So happy.
That's amazing.
This moment, or probably the greatest moment in your life, huh?
Yeah.
So far. But
so happy.
So I'm a big hat person, and every time I have the opportunity now, due to Now and Then Pack Pull, I gotta do a hat check and ask what kind of hat people are wearing. Is that the cinch hat you got on? I gotta see it. You gotta come close to the camera.
This is actually a Lane Frost hat. It's a professional bull rider that.
That's my favorite bull rider.
Oh really?
JB Mooney, and Lane. It goes Lane Frost and JB Mooney, or BJ Mooney. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Lane Frost brand right there.
Frost hat.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You're my favoriteest now.
We got to put an auto on that next.
No doubt. Well, you can't. He's gone. But
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So my horse Denny was 15 hands. How many hands is your horse?
Well,
We don't
You know how tall it is?
So we kind of have two of them. We got Blaze.
Which
Blaze is the one that we actually own. He's actually not that tall at all.
No.
We've never measured him, but he's actually a little guy. I would say he's probably close to about 14 hands, maybe getting down. Yeah, not much bigger than a pony.
Really?
But
It's
that's the reason why we
he's
got
really
him.
fast.
He is super fast, and I can't ride him though because I'm too big. He would go flat with me. And Kayley is almost getting to another year or two. You'd probably be too big for him too.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was gonna say she looks so small, on the horse. It's really hard to depict, what size, the horse is.
The one you see her ride is actually Rocket.
I think she's 15, 16 hands.
Yeah, she's I would say at least 16 hands. Rocket is actually the one we lease, and Rocket is the one that is a barrel horse. We had to train Blaze to be a barrel horse. Rocket has been a barrel horse her entire life. So we lease out Rocket, and she's doing really good too. Rocket's doing really well, but
she's 21 years old.
She's 21 too. Yeah.
We have to retire her, and then my trainer, she's gonna try and breed her, but
well, we're also looking at another horse that she has, Luna. She's
all white. She's a gray. Well, she's not white. Sorry. I mean, she is white, but she's a true gray, not like a white. So, teach you the difference. You might know, what's his name? Brandon. Yeah. I'm getting our names.
There we go.
So, do you know what a true white and a true gray is?
No,
Okay.
You're gonna teach me something. You're gonna teach me a lot today. I have a feeling.
So both horses are both white. They're both completely white, but you can tell by their nose. So
the red. Is it the red?
will have a gray nose.
Yep. Look at you.
That's how you know. So Luna is a true gray.
I didn't even know that.
Really?
No, I did not.
But yeah, so.
Well, here's something you can teach me then, since your school's obviously in session here. I grew up riding horseback and horses on Western saddles. So you have this big godly saddle horn, so you can put your roping rope and wrap it around it when we're roping cattle.
Yeah.
I'd imagine you wouldn't find that in a barrel racing horse saddle. What kind of tack do you use? Like, is there any kind of special tack when it comes to barrel racing?
Yeah. So I actually might go grab my saddle.
Here, I'll go grab it.
Okay, you
I'll go.
But hers isn't a barrel.
But mine's
saddle.
a trail saddle, so I can show the difference.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
All
say.
right, I'll go grab a saddle that she has.
Super Dad. Hey, sorry, buddy. I'm putting you to work.
So I actually think I have pictures of my saddle. Oopsies. I keep dropping my card. Anyways, so a barrel saddle will have a 10-year horn, and the seat's going to be deeper. So that's why when you go around the barrel, you can hold onto that horn, and it's not as big. So you don't have to use two hands to like kind of hold it. You can just use one. Just sit back. Let me see if I have a picture. So that's like the horn. Do you see how tiny?
Oh, wow. It's like a quarter of the size.
Yeah, it's really.
It's super small.
Okay.
Oh, here's my saddle. Okay, so my
Close
saddle.
up here, buddy.
This is a really, really, really heavy saddle. So this is a trail saddle, and I'm gonna show you why it's a trail saddle.
Oh, I found money.
That's my money. Anyway, the horn is bigger, so it's bigger than a barrel saddle, but it's not a roping one. So that's why it would be a trail saddle. And the seat is deep, but it's not as deep as a barrel saddle. So this, I can't remember what this is called. This is a horn. This is the body. I think that's what it's called. This is the cinch. Teaching you guys all about saddles here. This is the stirrup. This is a bell boot. That's what you put on their feet. And this is a splint boot. So it helps their feet so then they don't pull a muscle, they don't pull a nerve, and stuff like
when
that.
they run, their back foot, front foot.
So their front foot, I'm like out of breath.
I was totally going to ask you about that too, because that was one of the questions that's awesome. You guys are killing it.
So, let me get this. Dad, you're going to be my little.
Oh, I'm going to be your.
Give me your hand.
Oh, jeez.
So, this would be the front of the hoof. This is the back.
Well, I'd sell that horse. That is a ridiculous looking horse.
And you're going to strap it.
Yeah, so this is one thing I did learn. So, let's say this is the front of the hoof that you're used to seeing, right?
Yep.
At the design of this, you would think this part would be with the front of the hoof, but it's not. Well, because when we first got into this, we're like, hey, why isn't this working? It's supposed to go the opposite way.
Yeah.
And that's
when
its front foot lays on the ground and goes back, and the back foot comes up, because they will kind of collide sometimes.
And
it doesn't hit the hoof. It just
very, very padded, and it doesn't hurt the horse at all. I don't use anything that hurts the horse, I promise. But they do. This is what the inside looks like. So in the inside of a horse's foot, I mean, not the inside, but there's like this little pocket and a hoof. So that's where it goes into. Wear out really quickly. Really, really quickly. But yeah, so this is a splint boot. And this is a bell boot. Oh my god. This thing's heavy. That's another thing. Barrel saddles are like, I swear, 10 pounds. And this thing is like 100. Okay. And this is a splint boot. So this is what you put on top, not on top of it, but this would be on the hoof, and this would be on top of the leg. So this would be like that.
Yeah.
And it would be like kind of inside. But yeah, so it just helps the horse. I'll put those back on later. But anyways, the seat, gosh, this thing's heavy. So this is the cinch. So that's how you cinch up. That's how you keep the horse and you on.
So that's what goes on the bottom of the belly. It goes around and it clips to the other side of the saddle.
This is the
And I'm not gonna be the horse, and I'm not going.
Oh, come on, Dad. Come on. How invested do you want to be in this? Let's
I'm not
go.
getting a clear picture here.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm gonna need an example.
That's what you're gonna put inside of this. And there's different types of ways to cinch your horse. So if you own horses and you do a different cinch, go for it. Whatever you want to use. I use the T-cinch. So you wrap it around twice, and then you loop it through, and then you put it right through that loop, and it makes a T.
That's exactly what I do. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was worried she was going to be shy tonight and wouldn't talk.
Oh Lord, this thing's heavy. But yeah,
It's
so
easy to talk about things that you're passionate about.
Exactly. Yep.
and these aren't whips; they're just these for decorations.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We don't use whips at all.
So you got a perfect view of the seat. On a particular barrel racing saddle seat, is it going to be shaped different? I recognize that that's a trail saddle.
yeah. Okay, hang on. See if I
So
have a
the
picture.
back end is going to be up a little higher, and the seat is going to be a deeper in.
Deeper
Well,
drop, okay.
so
Yeah.
if they kind of have the same frame,
It's the same
The
body.
same horn, okay, yeah.
there's a kind of a picture.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A very shaky. Put it down low. There you go.
Bingo.
We also use breast collars, so that's something in there. So it comes on their chest around it,
Yeah, it comes around the
Yep.
front.
and it just helps the saddle stay on and not move so far back. And
We've
actually,
had that on all of our saddles growing up, too.
fun fact about Rocket, she doesn't really have withers. So, I mean, she does, but they're not very
She doesn't have
visible
what?
withers. So, actually,
What is a wither? See, I don't know everything.
You want to put that? Do you want
Yeah,
Dad to put that back?
well, no, because I'm showing
Oh.
them.
Oh, you're still going to show me?
Okay,
Okay.
trail saddles. So barrel saddle does not have this front part.
They can't see
Yep.
what you're saying.
Yeah, they can.
Okay. I
Yeah,
guess.
we yep.
Okay.
This front part is not in a barrel saddle. This would actually just, I mean, it's going to be a little higher, but it's not, I mean, no, actually it's going to be down low. It's down low, and this is deep, and this is high. And it's not so,
Okay.
it's
That
more,
way you don't slide back and off the back.
Yeah.
So are the stirrups differently too than a barrel racing saddle, or are they thinner? Or are they just about as bulky as like a, because I know your Western stirrups are usually really thick, and then your trail stirrups are a little bit smaller. If I remember, you gotta be easy on me now. It's been about 20 years.
so on a barrel saddle,
Yeah.
so they're actually thinner, and they don't use as much as heavy equipment as trail saddles and cow saddles. So that's why they're a lot more expensive. So trail saddles, they have this 2 looped thing. So this is a stirrup, so that doesn't count. But so barrel saddles only has this one, so it will only be this one far back. It wouldn't be this. So this is not here on a barrel saddle. So this would just, so take out this, and then it would just be this, and then everything else. But this front part, I don't know why this is here on other saddles, but on barrel saddles we don't have it. I don't know if it's just because barrel saddles have to be lighter, or
They
why.
probably have to be lighter.
Yeah.
It's like
Probably
bucket
cutting
seats.
weight.
It's like bucket seats on a car, sports cars, you know, keep
Yeah.
them lightweight.
Far back, or not far back, but like how close it is in between, and like how
Yep.
deep it is. My dad was trying to take pictures of me for you guys, and I did not want to take a picture.
She's not very.
No, I'm not.
Well, a celebrity like you got to get prepared for that.
Yeah, no, I know. I've been trying to work on her. Like, you gotta learn how to talk to people now.
Like, see, that's the back of that saddle. It doesn't. So the blue
Oh
part
yeah.
had, and then that far back is that barrel saddle. It doesn't have that second.
Nice. So is the padding on the saddle different since it's lighter than a typical trail in a Western saddle, like the inside? You know, it's like usually woolly or whatever on the where the goes to the back. Yeah, or is it are they the same?
Actually, I've never looked inside of my barrel saddle. Actually, so.
Never really paid attention to that.
No. I'll have. I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know if you're gonna have any pictures
I
of
don't
that.
know either.
I don't know.
I know-
Honestly.
No,
I don't know.
actually, okay. They don't have like the wool, but it's still very soft inside. I do know that. It doesn't have the wool like
There's no
trail.
wool.
Yeah, it doesn't have that, but it is.
So it might be just like a liner of
Yeah.
something.
But it is very soft.
Okay. So we got two other questions, but I want to skip to J&J Brakes since you have the saddle right in front of you. You can probably explain it better. J&J says, so when you're riding and doing such hard turns at such speeds, how do you stop from falling off?
That's a good
Balance.
question.
Yeah,
I would say
So-
balance.
you have to have a lot of balance, and lucky for me, I have great balance. I've always had great balance. I mean, I can go bareback. If you don't know what bareback is, it means there's no saddle pad, there's no stirrups.
There's
It's only there's nothing besides your bridle, which controls the horse.
That's
And I can ride bareback all day and never fall off. But you have to be very, very balanced. If you ride a bike, you have to be balanced, not to fall off.
It's the same
So,
thing if you're
yeah.
riding a dirt bike around.
Dirt bike, bikes,
Yeah.
anything that you have to find your balance in, that's the same thing as horses. So another reason why you sit, or else you'll fly forward or you fly backwards, depending on how your horse moves around that barrel. Every single horse moves different around a barrel. So Rocket, she's very smooth. So when she launches herself out, I don't actually feel that.
So it's almost like the same if you were to be on a quad or a dirt bike or something, and you got to fight against that wheelie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to put your body in a way that you know it's coming. You know that pop-up is coming, but you got to put your body in a way to prevent it from you falling
Yeah.
off.
But then also the stirrups are gonna help you balance.
Yes.
and-
So I actually should have shown that. So, oh Lord. Look, where's my stirrup? Okay. Oops, we just flew. So this is my trail stirrup.
That's where your foot goes
Yeah,
into.
that's where your foot goes into it. And it's all leather. And then on a barrel horse, it's actually metal.
Yeah, it's all. Well, here, you can just show them right here.
Why? Where?
That
How?
it's metal. The whole
can't.
thing is metal.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to show a picture so you can actually really see it.
Yeah, so it's more slender,
Yeah.
not as bulky.
There's... Do you see how it's like metal? I don't know. That's not really a good picture.
Here, let me see.
I don't really take pictures of every single
Do you use split reins when you're barrel racing, or do you use the solid rein?
I actually use solid reins. It's like this tie rein with barrel racing. So split reins for barrel racers, we use that during training.
Oh, okay.
So when we start, you're raining.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting some
It's
sprinkles.
raining.
What the
I
heck?
told you, Dad.
You might want to bring in these.
Here, yeah, I'll set
Dad.
these this. It's all right. It's not hitting us though. We got this canopy over us. Holy crap! Hold on.
Wow.
Don't worry, I'm covering you guys.
I'm in Southern California and it's not raining here just
Yeah.
yet. It's probably going to come down here soon.
Sticks and Jay, we'll hit your questions here real soon.
Mom.
Here, I'll grab it.
Okay.
We got
I was
some-
trying to go for a smooth transition.
Yeah, we got some really good questions coming
Let's
up.
see it right here.
Oh, and now it's gonna stop.
Now it's probably gonna stop.
Okay.
It was like one of those just freak summertime.
Let me see your cards. Or do you
There we
want-
go. Now you look like a barrel racing family. You're underneath an umbrella. Now it's looking legit.
Yeah.
Close the door.
Jay's Mix is wondering what's your schedule for barrel racing look like for the rest of the year?
Oh,
Is it coming close to an end, or do you still got quite a bit?
So it's kind of starting to kind of but it's gonna be hitting hard now because I'm gonna have finals for every little tiny thing. So there's 777, there's NFR, there's are you getting rained on?
Yeah, no.
It's fine.
Sit right here. There's
You
no
look
rain.
like you're tucked in over here.
My wife's afraid to be on camera too. Here, sit right here, honey.
It's fine.
I got rained on.
To be on
Hold
camera.
on. Okay. What was I saying? I forget.
How many more
your
events?
schedule.
Oh, my schedule. Okay. So
You're riding for sure this Tuesday and Sunday.
yeah, so
this
I have two
Tuesday and Sunday.
of these. Oh my god.
It's okay.
Can they even hear us after?
I'm
Yep.
sure that
Yeah. Okay.
We can hear you great.
Oh. Anyways, so it feels good. I can't think with this rain.
how many more events
yeah,
do you have? So
yeah.
we got Tuesday and Sunday for sure. There's going to be several other more like jackpot
Oh my god,
races.
Mom.
Stop. Just pay attention.
There's going to be several other jackpot races, and a jackpot race is just however many people show up, you put in money into a pot, and it's still broken down by 1D, 2D, 3D, and the winners get a portion of that pot. Hence,
So let's take it further. Now you do 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D. Now is there age brackets too, or is it just all on speed, regardless of age?
yes,
So
there's two different
it
ones.
depends. So there's youth and there's open. So when you guys see,
Yeah.
so when you guys see, when you see on the video how my dad says youth and then he says open. So youth, it's 18 and under, or it can be 15 and under. Depends on the barrel race. So my dad will sometimes either put youth 18 and under or 15 and under, I think, right?
No, I'll just do
Sometimes?
youth.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
just put youth. But
Yeah,
yeah,
on some
it
videos.
varies on the event. Some youth is considered 18 and under, some is 15 and under.
And then there's open, where it's all ages. So from 18, 19, whatever.
I gotta move. It's all right. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think it's 19 and over, right? 19 and over for open. Or no, it's all ages.
It's all
All
ages
ages.
for open.
So
Okay, we're gonna move them closer because we got water falling on the phone here. Okay.
So yeah, open is all ages. Besides, like 5-year-olds, those are the peewees, and then we got youth.
We're just laughing because we're sitting here watching my wife literally get drenched because she refuses to come over here to be on camera.
You know what?
You guys don't know what we're looking at. It's hilarious.
Mom, I feel bad for you. Hey, just
So, in terms of what else we have going on,
A lot of finals.
we have a lot of finals, end of the year finals. And so speaking of finals, we do have some big news to announce. Only some people on the Discord know about it, and a couple other people from Diamond Stream, I told them. We just got the rankings yesterday for 777.
I'm
What do you-
top 10 on the on
777.
On
777.
She is
And
top 10, number
top
10, ranked
and
10.
that means if I stay there and I qualify for finals, that means I'll make it to junior NFR. And let's go. And if I stay at top 10, I'll be able to win a year-end prize. We don't know the prize yet. And I'll win
A jacket.
win a jacket. So we're trying to stay at top 10.
Yeah. So now we got to keep going to these events though to keep the.
Let's go.
Yeah. Woo-woo.
Top 10.
The most fascinating part about that, how long ago did you start competing?
3 months ago.
3 months ago.
That's phenomenal.
Top 10 in 777. It's unreal.
And
So Sticks. Go ahead.
I started really, really late in the season, like
Mhm.
extremely late. Like I started in May, right? May?
I think it was around May.
Yeah. I started in May. So we're already halfway done. And I'm top 10 and I haven't been doing it.
So
what you-
Sticks G wants to know: are you saving all this money that you're winning? Are you spending on cool stuff, or does it go into Dad's wallet for gas?
It's actually going
Wallet for gas and
that
for
and
entry.
for entry fees.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She's winning.
It's
when
paying back my entry fees.
when she does win money, it's almost paying back the entry fees and along the way. If we're lucky that way, but those are kind of like they have been smaller events that we've gone to. The finals, there's a lot of money on the table, and it costs a lot to just have one run. And what she was talking about, she does one youth run and one open run, so that's 2 runs, and finals is $800 a run. So we're at $1,600 just to run twice. And here's the scariest part about that: you spend that money. Let's say you knock over a barrel. You're done. That's pretty much a disqualification. You're done. You're not gonna win. So yeah,
it's very, very scary.
It's very nerve-wracking for her and for us.
That brings me to a great question. When you're riding your horse, I notice, I guess I haven't looked too much detail on yours. I was just in awe that here's this young lady throwing down so hard. But I do notice, like in barrel racing, some of the racers, the horse just knows when it's making its run and making its lead and going into the turn, the horse just automatically does it. Are you steering your horses, or are they actually they're coming into the turn and they're making their rounds by themselves?
So it's kind of both. So Rocket's been doing this her whole entire life.
Yeah.
She knows when to lead change. She knows when she's supposed to turn. But she also listens to everything you tell her.
Yeah.
So even though you're going to that barrel and she's like, okay, we're going to the barrel, we're going.
She knows she's going to turn.
She knows she's going to turn.
You just got to tell her when.
Yeah. But if you do one little thing wrong, the littlest thing ever, it can ruin the whole entire run. That's why every little thing in that run has to be perfect, or else you're done. You're walking home with no money. You're walking home.
The other night, I mean, this is how crazy it is. The other night, you did a run. I think you got like $53 on it. You finished like first in 2D or something like that, right? $53. Now the next, she had I can't remember the time off the top of my head, but let's call it an 18.520 was her time, right?
Oh, it was an 18.498 for Hanford, right?
No, not Hanford. Okay, let's call it. It was an 18.520. She won. She got first. The person behind her didn't win, and I'm sorry. Hers was an 18.519. The next person was an 18.520. They did not get money. She did. And that's a 0.001 second. And that could have just been one little tiny mistake.
Yeah.
One little 0.001 seconds off of telling your horse when to turn.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
So you have to know where your points are and where you're lining up to. And Amberly Standard actually taught me this. She taught me how like a lot of the professional barrel racers like do it. So they go 1, 2. Okay, so this is the barrel. So this is inside of the barrel. So it's 1 like a foot away, 2 closer, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your steps? So your 1 and 7 should be lined up. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But Haley Kensel, which is also an all-time barrel racer, she does her points different and her lineup's different. How did she say? She said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So her 1 and 5 connect instead of her 1 and 7 connect. So it's weird how like.
Pretty sure they got all of that you just said.
I did, because I kind of understand I don't know what the geometry of it. Does the length of your horse have to come into play with that too? Like when they're making the cut and they're swinging their rear end around to go. I'm sure that probably plays into some of that factor too.
Because if you have a smaller horse, it takes less time. because that's why I ultimately got Blaze too, because he was tinier, so it cut off more time. But I've also learned with bigger horses that
Their stride.
their stride is more bigger instead of little horses. So little horses, they can turn it really fast, like they can get out of it really fast, and it can like take off time. But bigger horses, they have a bigger stride, so it like depends.
It just depends.
Kind of throw it off, yeah. Sticks G wants to put you on the spot, Dad. He says, "So does Dad make you walk home if you don't win any money?"
No.
Are you sure?
I don't make you walk home, right?
This is a perfect segue. We got into a lot about Kayley and her horse riding. I want to know a little bit about Mom and Dad here. Being a parent, having kids in sports can be awful crazy because you get torn everywhere. Tell us a little bit of something about your new adventure now that she's becoming this crazy equestrian master.
So I've always been a planner. I got to know a schedule. I have to know what is going on at all times, weeks in advance. I've just always been that way. Within 3 months, I have all of a sudden, I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm a whole different person now because I just had to accept, I don't know what the hell is ever going on anymore. And I just have to accept it.
One day we'll be like, oh, we don't have a barrel race, and the next day we're like, oh, we got a barrel race today. Let's go.
So
Giddy up. Wake up at 4 a.m.
Our life is just on the move constantly, and I never know where I'm going. And I've learned to accept it and just be okay with that.
Okay.
And I think it's easier for me to do because it's my own child. I know it's for her benefit. And this is her dream. We have an opportunity right now that just people don't really get. Kids don't ever really get this kind of opportunity. Parents don't ever get this kind of opportunity. And I got to run with it. I have to. I'd be a horrible parent. I'd be a horrible person if I did not. So I have to go with it, man. But I'm loving every minute of it. It's crazy at the same time, but I love it. Like how
this chaos is kind of totally new to you, but if I remember right, this is just another day for the wife, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but you can talk.
Yeah, for me, because my brother did motocross, so I can kind of understand like how many hours of practice it takes. Like there's times where we get home at like 11 o'clock midnight, and we're putting in like 5-6 hours of practice, and the traveling. I understand the lifestyle, and I understand what it takes to be good. Like you can't just like show up and just like do a race every week. Like it takes a lot of practice and dedication. And so for me, like I understand it and I like love it. So it's kind of perfect. Like we laugh because we seen, and my husband kind of said, like, we seen her friend race back in March, and my husband was like, could you live this lifestyle? Like, could you travel? And I was like, oh yes, like I was born for this, but I was like, I don't know if I could afford it.
Yeah. And yeah, the money wise, we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for her trainer. We owe so much gratification for them too, because her trainer and her daughter is my daughter's best friend, and so she competes as well. And she saw my daughter ride, and she wanted to take her under her wing and be like, you're mine now. I want my name attached to you, and you're also going to ride my horse. I'm going to train you everything you need to know. That doesn't happen. I mean, it's the equivalent to my wife's brother when he did motocross. It would be the equivalent to her dad taking his son's best friend and be like, oh, you're a pretty good motocross racer. You can ride our bike and I'll bring you to the events, and you compete against my own son. It just,
That's phenomenal.
yeah. But I guess, she, that's why we had to drop everything when we found out about it, because she saw something in Kayley and she wanted her name attached to Kayley, because I think it's
I don't
sees the
even think
potential.
I think that she just it's very rare to like see people that just like
That
see
love it too.
potential and care about your child and have the best interest for your child.
Yeah.
And like that's just like that's so
that is
awesome.
a rare thing too. Yeah, that somebody else cares that much for your own kid
and is cheering your child.
And is cheering your child on when their child is a competitor towards your child. Like I never really ever see that, and that is mind blowing to me.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So John Burgess, the autograph fisherman, is wondering how much practice per month in training do you think you guys institute?
Okay, so I'll go by week for here, and then we'll go from there. So every week we at least practice at least 3 to 4 times a week for 5 to 6 hours, and that's per week. So 3-4 times a week times 4.
Come on, little math whiz here.
She doesn't like to do
math. And it also varies with the weather too.
Yeah.
Like it's been hotter, so we haven't.
So on average, maybe 12 times, maybe even more.
I would say about 12 times a month sounds about right.
12 or more.
It's been about 112 degrees in some days there. So yeah, we don't want to push the horses hard on those really hot days too.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because I'm riding an older horse, so anything can happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of practice, a lot.
So I didn't like, I guess, growing up, I didn't like riding alone. I didn't mind riding a horse to go check the cattle when we were calving and things like that, and check fence, because I had like a mission to do. And so saddling up the horse and just going by myself is just doing a job as a kid. So I didn't really ride my buckskin Denny an awful lot because my sisters were totally busy breaking horses and doing their own thing. So I didn't have anybody growing up to ride with. So my horse typically wasn't excited to see me until after a while I realized that whenever I showed up, I had an apple in my hand. And I think the horse got excited for me to come up to the corral because he knew he was going to get his apple. He didn't care about anything else. Is there any special treats or anything that you like to give your horse?
Yeah. So they're apple treats. So they're not real. I mean, they have
it's probably apple flavor.
Yeah, it's apple flavor, but horses love that. They love those. I give them apple treats, and then sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of carrots and apples too.
Yeah.
But every single run, they always get a treat. Every single run. Time only is just where you're gonna practice run. I give them at least a handful of treats each time I ride them, because if they're doing amazing, then they deserve a treat, and I'm trusting them with my life, and they didn't kill me, so they're gonna get a treat.
I like it.
So the myth is true. Horses like apples and carrots.
Yeah. They do. You'll be surprised the randomness of things that a horse really, really likes.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the feed is all the same, but you can add like syrups to the feed to like change it, sweeten it up and things. They absolutely love sugar cubes.
Yes.
But I was really worried about the teeth and stuff because, like, unlike dogs, you have those bones that you can give them for bad breath and to clean their teeth, but I don't think they have anything for horses.
Not really. Doesn't seem that way.
And Jim, can't your horse a donut?
Yeah. My horse loves donuts. That's his treat in the morning. He loves donuts. So he gets half of my donut.
I wonder why he's gaining.
Glazed? What kind of donut do you hook him up with?
No coffee with that?
He gets a glazed donut with some sprinkles on it. So
sprinkles.
You're amazing. It's not lost on me that like 90% probably at least of the chat really probably knows nothing about horses. Could you break down what it means to have a horse? Like what chores do you have to do? What does that mean for you? You know, you have to take care of this animal.
So I don't know where to start. So, feeding a horse, we feed it 2 flakes in the morning, which is, I mean, they're that thick. So that's 1 flake and then 2 flakes. So that thick of a flake. So they get 2 of those in the morning. And
You're
then
talking about the hay, right?
Yeah, alfalfa hay.
So a square bale, like one of the small square bales.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And then they get 2 at night, and then they get grain, and we put supplements on them, so joint supplements. What else do we do?
We do got joint supplements, and what else? I thought we had something else, some other supplements that we.
Yeah, and then there's a difference too. Like, barrel horses are gonna get different supplements than just like a normal horse. And in all honesty, we're so new and learning from her trainer, like all the new things.
Yeah, she just tells us what to buy and we buy it.
So do you have to carry water? Do you have a big tank that just automatically fills?
Okay, so we have water troughs at like home or whatever, and so we fill up those, and then at barrel races we bring
a bucket.
Yeah, we bring buckets, and we just go find like a hose, and then like we fill that up, and then we give it to the horse. We normally give them water like every single time we run, or like if it's taking forever, then we'll do it like every once in a while. But like normally we don't be like at a barrel race. If we're gonna be running them, we don't give them like too much water because it could like hurt their stomachs or whatever. So we don't
waterlog them, slow them down.
Yeah.
There's for the folks of you at home watching and listening, there's a lot that comes into it when you talk about livestock. A dog and things like that are pretty easy in relativity when it comes to taking care of. When you're thinking about livestock, it's a whole nother animal. So we're lucky we get to see the glory, you know, her racing and her riding her horse. That's the glory moments. But there is a lot of work that's just behind the scenes that we do not see.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of things that people don't understand too is actually the sand. That's how a lot of horses colic. And if people don't know what colic means, it's where their stomach starts to hurt, so they start rolling and their intestines start to roll up.
So you can't just throw the food on the
you
ground.
have to put it like in a bucket, because if they get sand in that, they can colic and their intestines twirl up and
they can die.
They can die. If you don't get them up in enough time, they will die. Or you have to put it down. And they won't drink. They won't eat while they're colicking. Like they're just laying dead on the floor. Like
expensive vet bills.
Yes.
You know, the horse can die.
So that's another thing that we have to make sure when we were at Sherry Serving, my first barrel race, there was a disease going around in Tulare with horses with their water. And we had to make sure that that the hose that we had to use, because it wasn't our hose, it was Sherry, the race's hose. We had to make sure the hose wasn't like in the bucket, it didn't touch the bucket, because the horse could get the disease. I can't remember what the disease was, but it could kill the horse, and there was no cure to it. So we had to be very careful. We couldn't put the hay on the ground. The horses couldn't, like other horses couldn't drink out of other buckets. They had really strict rules there too, but we even made it like even more like helpful for us. But that's another thing. There's a lot of diseases that horses can get, and you have to make sure they're all shot. They have all their shots. They're up to vaccines.
Yeah, the vet bill. If you think your vet bill for a dog is
expensive,
crazy,
have a horse.
And that's
X-rays.
one horse, and that's just one horse.
Yeah. And a lot of time people can't like really afford it, so they have to put their horse down, and it's really
so
sad.
Just also next time, and this goes into a different area, but next time you have a steak or a burger or anything, give thanks to those farmers. I mean, that was a lot of work, a lot of money directly into that one piece of meat for you.
Yeah. So Stix G kind of said it best. I'm gonna change up the time because it's obviously been a while since I caught this, but He says, remember yesterday when Kayley was shy? Now look at her talking for an hour and 24 minutes like a superstar.
An hour and a half. Look at, I told you.
Yeah.
Like
So now that we got you all hype, I want to know now, what is going through your mind when it's your turn to make your run? Start to finish. What is going through that head of yours?
So when
I'd like to know this
okay.
too.
So
Kelly
in a drag, so a drag is where they drag the arena completely. So
They take the tractor
yeah, they take
and they
the
drag
tractor,
it after
they
every
drag
5 runs.
after every 5 runs. So you'll be in a drag of 5. So I'm always fine until I hear my drag. So when I hear all 5 numbers,
they call up the next 5 people.
Yeah, they call up the next
get
5
ready.
To get ready. When I hear my 5, my heart starts beating really, really fast. I've actually got told like you need to breathe because I can see your chest pounding. Like
Her friend told me too one time she saw Kaylee's heart like coming out of her chest.
Yeah, I get really bad anxiety. So like I like start pumping my heart. I like look like I'm fine. I'm breathing. I'm like sweating. I'm like, it's insane. My hat fly off. I'm like shaking over here. And what I have to always remind myself is breathe, breathe, breathe. Because a horse can detect your heart from a mile away.
Yeah.
So I always have to tell whenever my heart starts pumping, I always feel Rocket, the horse's heart. I can feel her heart pumping, and I'm sitting on her back, and I can feel it pumping. I can feel my heart pumping. I can feel the blood flow through my whole body. Like I'm like sweating. I'm hot. Like even if it's a cold day, I'm like, whew, it's hot. Okay. And then I tell myself like, calm down. It's okay. And then normally, if I'm not nervous, that means it's bad because that means I'm gonna knock a barrel down.
When you feel too confident?
No. When I'm not nervous.
When you're not.
I'm not.
No, too comfortable.
Yeah, too comfortable. Then always like, yeah, something's wrong. I'm knocking a barrel. And every single time that I don't get nervous, I always knock a barrel. Learn that when I get nervous, I'm like, okay, we're good.
So do you trailer your horses much to like go riding anywhere, or when the trailer comes out, the horses know, hey, it's game time, we're about to do some barrel racing?
No, you got to warm them up for a while. They usually have warm-up pins that you'll take your horse to, and you're not working them too hard. Kind of try and getting them warmed up for the day. If you go out there and try to just go from trailer to race,
oh yeah, that's bad. Yeah. No, what I was kind of getting at is like, do you when your trailer comes out and you're loading horses, is it to go barrel racing, or do you guys load them up and go riding elsewhere?
We haven't really gone. Where Blaze is boarded at.
Jamie and all of them went to Militan the other day and took the horses swimming.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah,
even
her
know
trainer took the horses to the lake and they went swimming.
See, I don't even know where anything.
So they did recently just go take them swimming because it was a really hot day.
But you've taken Blaze on trail rides.
Yeah, I've taken for barrel racing. You honestly do not want to run barrels on them. Like during practice, you want to run during your competition, but and that's also creating your bond. Even though if you trained them since they're babies, you had that bond. Yeah, the bond can go really goodbye really quickly if you just keep turning them over and over in circle.
If
like
you just
they're like, nope, we're not doing this. And then that's when. So I've learned this. So the horse named Luna, the one that I'm going to be starting to ride, the girl that leased her before, all she did was barrels. She never did something else. And the horse got so irritated with her that now the horse rears at the barrels.
Yeah.
So now we have to break that. And so now you want to do trail rides. You want to give them baths. You want to do other things than just doing barrels. You don't want to. You want to
create give them a treat, a break every once in a while, and let them know that you actually care about them, and not just, oh, you're just here to work me again. This is all you want me to do. They got a personality too, and they get
it. That is funny, just to see different personalities in horses.
Yeah.
And, oh my word. And like how they're kind of a lot like dogs. Like they pick up on cues on people. Like if somebody who's like absolutely nervous and jittery is getting on a horse, like they pick up on that before you even grab the saddle horn and put your boot in the stirrup. They're like, they already know. Or like if you're just a prick and just like a bad person, it's like they know before you even grab the reins. And it's just how they communicate with you with their actions is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
I think that's why they do like I guess you'd call it special, like the special needs kids and things like that thrive so well with horses because their hearts are just so pure.
Yeah. I was actually just gonna say that. That's why a lot of people use horses for therapy because they help a lot with people, and they like, especially with people that have a lot of like bad like history and stuff.
You
or,
never
like,
hear
anger.
of serial killers being horse owners.
Yeah. But like, there's a lot of people do, like with dogs. A lot of people use them for therapy. It's the same thing with horses. Horses, I feel like, are a little bit better though, in my opinion. Sorry,
Then
all the dog people.
But dog that you cuddle with every night.
But I think horses.
It's just
because
a good therapy.
Dogs are. I mean, they have to be a therapy dog, but therapy dogs are also calm. But they still have that energy.
The horse
and horses
comes natural.
Yeah. So,
whereas a dog takes a lot of training just to get that connection.
Yeah.
A horse might not, because it can, like Brandon said, just sense what kind of person you are immediately.
So that being said, has your horses that you've been around changed you? Like, have you seen any, or is it just the change in you, your passion and love for barrel riding? Has the horse in itself changed you?
It's a good question. I would say Blaze changed you to give you more confidence into.
Yes. I'll continue. Okay.
Good job, Dad.
Like I said before, I always wanted to go slow. Always, my whole entire life, wanted to go slow. I always wanted to be a barrel racer. That's what I always wanted to be. I always knew I wanted to do barrel racing, but I always knew I'd be too scared.
But she didn't want to go fast.
I'd be too scared to go that fast. I'd always watch videos of it. I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. But I would be too scared and be like, yep, nope,
it's not like someone that wants to be a NASCAR driver but doesn't want to go over 30.
But like, I always had that in my head that I wanted to do it. And then when I got Blaze, I'm like, holy macaroni, he is fast.
So Blaze,
this horse will get me to win. Like,
Blaze only has one speed
and
to
that's
him,
fast.
and that's fast. And that's why he's only for an advanced rider.
Yeah.
He just knows how to go fast, and that is it.
It's like a racetrack horse. If you guys don't know what a racetrack is, it's just where they're going straight and they're racing against other people. Racetrack horses only know go straight, go fast, go. That's all they know. Blaze is kind of like that. He just was like, let's go, ding dong, like that's.
Before it gets buried in the chats, Lance has got two questions that I have never even heard before, and so I'm really interested to see how these are answered. Two questions Lance is asking. Number one, why do barrel racers put tape on horses' noses? And number two, is it true that horses can't look up?
Okay. So the first question, I will know why. Second question, I'm sorry, I do not know that, and I'm not going to give you false information because I don't know it. So I can't answer number two, but I can.
Fake news.
I can't do that. Sorry. But I can answer number one. So the tape that you actually see on their nose is called a nose strip. That's just for decoration. It doesn't...
No. It helps them breathe.
It helps
them
breathe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's a right guard, isn't it? Kind of like a breathe right for snorers.
Like if you were like snoring, it helps like open up your nasal.
It actually helps them breathe better.
Okay, I always got told it was just for decoration. That's what I've always gotten told.
No.
Oh, dang. Okay, just learned something.
But the one that the horse can't look up, I never actually heard that one.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to Google that one because I've never heard. I don't.
Never heard about it.
It might be real too. I don't know.
And we're new.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
new to this too. I had horses when I was a kid, but the issue was I was a little punk when I was a kid and just didn't care about horses. I had them, but I just didn't care about them.
It just wasn't your passion.
It just wasn't my passion, I guess. I had football and girls on my mind instead of sport.
It was just another animal. Yeah. So to break it up, new in the chats, we've got Jessica Alvarez. She'd like to say hi.
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 That is
We got
sister-in-law. That's Kaylee's
That's my
aunt.
aunt.
But it's probably
okay.
Oh, but it might be Aaliyah.
Yeah,
It's her
because
daughter.
I told
Yeah.
her about the live stream.
Okay.
Well,
Hold
is
on,
that
let me
is
get
you, Aaliyah?
on.
Hi.
We got Sharp Corner in the house.
What up,
Coin Guru is in the house.
What up, guys?
Demo's long lost son is in the house. Tim's card channel's in the house. Just to name a few that have came up here recently. Tim's card channel is in the chats. We got Adam's card closet.
What up, Adam?
Any y'all have any questions, man? Feel free to put them in the chats. This fine group has been really good about knocking them out. So
J&J Break said, guess what I Googled is 15 barrel questions.
oh, nice.
So I guess one of my questions would be, what does KMT stand for?
Okay, so KMT stands for Kayley Mary Tabor. So Kayley's my first name, Mary's my middle name, and Tabor's my last name.
Kaylee Mary.
Awesome.
So we were trying to figure out what
The
do
YouTube channel.
Yeah, the YouTube channel.
We originally were gonna do KTM, but didn't really go.
There you go, little dirt bike. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, we just had a big old gust. I almost lost this. Man, this weather is crazy. Like, it was all
There's
hot. We were at
thunder.
the lake today.
There's literally thunder
Yeah.
right now.
Y'all are doing good at adapting and overcoming. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So
JJ Breaks wonders, why do barrel racers hold horns?
Okay, so a lot of it is.
Uh-oh, watch your heads.
What? Hang on. Okay, a lot of it is to help with balance and to help like really sit. A lot of thing is there's a lot of people that have amazing
And it
balance.
starts
I can run barrels
pouring.
without the horn. Like I've done it before. I've done it my whole entire life. But then I kind of realized that like the horn kind of helps me a little bit more because when I didn't ride with the horn, I had amazing balance, but I just like fling forward kind of because I didn't like sit all the way. So you can use the horn if it helps you. You don't have to use it. It's not a necessary thing, but a lot of barrel racers do use it to either help them when they need to come out of it to not fling so high, but like kind of like come up forward so we're not so back when they come out of that.
Go ahead and take these inside in case it does start raining.
I don't know if that made sense or not, but yeah.
So a lot of young athletes, they tend to mold their stances, their swing, their aspect of their respective sport over what they get from another famous athlete. I'm pretty sure we all know the answer to this question, given the passion that you talked about a couple of ladies in your life. Is there anybody that you mold your riding style, after?
I would say you kind of actually just had your own style.
Yeah.
We've learned too is that you can take bits and pieces of what works for you from different trainers.
I mean, so I'll give you a little bit of, so I've actually learned, I've rode horses my entire life, but in barrel racing, there's different things, how to sit in a saddle than what you would do in a trail saddle, a cow saddle, and everything else. So because you have that high end up there, you want to sit so where the horn is, you want your legs touching that end right there, and then you want you don't want to be able to see your back pockets. So you want to sit low. You want to sit with your back like kind of crunched. But okay, so you want to have high shoulders, but back like it's high shoulders, back, and then your pockets like. It's hard to do without.
Your pockets can't be shown.
Yeah, you can't have your back pocket shown. So like, and
You gotta
then
sit straight.
yeah, so you gotta like have that, but your pockets can't be shown. So my shoulders are high, posture's good. I have that little bit of sitting in, and then I'll grab and do that. So
I guess to sum it up, you haven't modeled after anybody.
I've just always done it my own.
Your own
like
way,
they've always told me like don't show your pockets, and then also with your feet, you don't want them so far back. You want them kind of forward to like help a little bit. You want them. I always have mine forward.
We got Ethan Sports Cards and More in the chats.
Ethan, what up, man?
Sticks G's calling mom out. He says, I keep hearing voices from behind the camera. Not sure if she really exists, though. Haha, just playing, Ma.
She got soaked in the rain.
She got soaked in the. Well, that was your decision, Mama.
Dad, back. So that means in a couple minutes it's gonna start pouring.
Well,
down.
if it starts pouring again, we'll go inside.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So the cowboy in me that's dying to crawl out because it's been pushed inside for so long. I was always a boot guy. What boots do you rock?
So I've always worn Ariat. That was my go-to. But
Let's go.
he might not. Uh-oh. Did we lose Brandon?
Oh, maybe.
We might have lost Brandon.
No, I think he might just have shut off his camera for a bit, Zach.
Okay.
Okay. But I used the Justin boots this season, and the Ariat, Justins are comfortable, but Ariat is better when I take out my foot.
When you slip out your foot?
Yeah. Because the Justins, now I have a huge hole in them, so my foot gets caught.
So your Ariat's held up better.
So your Ariat's held up better.
But my Justin boots, they like help they have a better grip on my ankle than my Ariats. They don't have that grip. It's only like the.
So it's hard to say which one.
Yeah.
I'm an Ariat boot guy, and this is my favorite.
Oh,
yeah.
This boot tames to my military career because it's got the desert camo and the American flag.
I absolutely love that one.
I burned through about 4 of these, and then I have some other ones that have like Wild Flame style on the side. But my favorite of those camos.
Yeah,
I used to rock Justin's all the time because we'd have a Justin shop in the town right next to us in Nebraska. But when I got up here to North Dakota, it's been nothing but Ariat.
Yeah. No, I personally, I wore a lot of Ariats. The problem that I had with Ariats was about 8 months into it, I'd have to buy new boots because I just wear them like every day. Every day at work.
Water.
Yeah, every day at work. And the my new ones, I would say, oh no, I thought you were getting mine. Here, you can show them yours. I'll show them mine. My American flag ones.
Move. Hey, keep moving. Okay. So these are my Ariats. They're kind of boring. And then these are my Justins. So yeah, So these, they hurt my feet quite a bit. But they last a lot longer when I take out my foot. Like there's no. Okay. Oh Lord. See, they kind of last up longer in that. And then in my Justins. Can you see that? Can you see inside of it? Yeah.
Yep.
There's a hole in it now. So when I take out my foot, there's this huge hole that I caught up on. I have to like take out my foot while pulling it down. Kind of annoying. But these, they're more comfortable, but they don't last that long.
If those boots could talk. Yeah, I my Aries last for quite some time, but I have to replace the insoles in them all the time. There
Oh,
you
no.
go. Those are sick.
The American flag in them. Those are the Cody James ones.
Oh, I haven't seen that design.
Yeah.
And that's the work boot too, right?
Yep. Work boot. So it looks like a scratch marks on it and the flag right underneath it.
That is stupid sick. I like that.
Yeah, these are my favorite right here.
I think it's gonna start raining any second.
So the Cody James has lasted us a long time. Well, I wonder, we might need to cut this a little short because this weather is starting to get a little crazy up here.
Yeah, that's good. I think we made a lot of headway. This has been amazing.
I guess I have one last question. What has been your biggest challenge this season? And how do you plan on overcoming it?
Good question.
Over it. Biggest challenge in coming over it.
I would say right from the very beginning at Sherry Servey, your first ever competition.
So my very first competition, every single day I knocked either the second barrel or the third barrel. I was very, very upset. But I also knew that was my first barrel race, and when I saw the average, I was a little happy. I was kind of upset though. I was like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. Like,
So first time in front of like tons of people, first real competition, and she knocked over a barrel.
I cut up my knee pretty bad too, so that was very nice. And I came over it by training. I think we trained it like every single day after that. Like literally every single day right after school. So like from school to downtown Fresno, and it takes us an hour from school to that. And
you didn't get off your horse for a long time too after that run. I remember that.
Yeah, I did not get off for a while. And then we just started practicing, and then when I had my second barrel race ever, I was very, very scared, and then I didn't hit a barrel, and I was like, "Woo, okay, we're good. I have confidence in this now." And so then we just started working like all the time, and then I just built up my confidence after not hitting a barrel for so long, and then not like being like, okay, we're good. Like as much as I could practice that, and then when I like figured out what my errors were, and I fixed those, and then we started doing more drills. Excuse me. What else did we start doing? We did rollbacks, which is when you go into a fence and you turn them into the fence so they can't turn out of it or whatever. And so we started doing rollbacks. That helped me a lot. I started getting trained how to use my body more and how to use my feet more and how to put my ankles down and my toes up, because I always put my toes down and my ankles up when I rode, like during barrels. So we're still working on that. Like it's getting a lot better though.
Yeah.
And how to use my body a lot when I ride. So just go with, because I always taught go with the rhythm, but never had to really use my body. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we gotta work with the horse, not against him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Lance has one last question.
Yeah.
And I think I know the answer to it. He wants to know what a typical barrel racing horse weighs. He's assuming that they have a lot of muscle, so they could be, heavier than just a normal utility horse.
1,200 to 1,500 pounds.
Yeah.
That's the average.
1,200 to 1,500 pounds. Yeah. So that's why you need that bond with that horse, because if that horse
can flip on you, that horse can rear on you and get flipped over. It can buck, you can fall. I've seen those horses start to buck around the barrel, and the girls are smart enough to just jump off. Yeah. Because they know once that horse reared up, if they go back with that thing, that it's game over right there. Yeah. I also am shocked that no one has asked about the rubber bands that a lot of barrel racers use. A lot of people don't know about the rubber bands. That's true. But then there was a lot of questions. I was like, whoa, you guys know that? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to answer this one because it's been bothering me since we started. So rubber bands, I have a love-hate relationship with them. In my opinion, I feel like if something bad happened, you rubber band into your saddle.
Well, explain to them
What it is.
Okay, so you're rubber band into your stirrup. So
Some riders.
some riders
do it.
So you have your foot in the stirrup, and they put this rubber band and they put it on your on the foot, and then they twist it in between on the middle.
Stirrup where your foot is.
And then they twist it like at the middle right here, and then put it on the back of your heel, and that's to keep your foot in
So
there.
you're pretty much just rubber band
Yeah.
to the stirrup.
So your foot doesn't
To your
move.
saddle.
To your saddle. So if you fall off, your feet are still attached, and you could be dragging. Or if that horse bucks up and goes back, you can't jump off to save your life.
That's why I have a love-hate relationship with them, because I've always been trained that if something happens, no matter how trained your horse is, even with the training that you put into that horse can snap any second. That horse can get spooked any second.
It's just any animal.
Yeah, that's how I've always
Really.
been trained. There's always something bad going to happen. Like there's
Could
happen.
One time it's bad, but
It's Murphy's Law. If it can happen, it will happen.
Yeah. So that's why I don't
You just try to
use
prevent
them. A lot of people do. That's their own thing, but I just train myself even without stirrups. Just keep riding, keep going, just hold on for dear life. Or there's another thing where you can just grab the rein and you turn them in circles and then they stop.
Yeah. You kind of keep wear them out a little bit.
Yeah, and then it's easier. But that's so. A lot of barrel racers do use rubber bands. If you know someone that uses rubber bands, good for them. I personally don't.
I don't think they know anybody that uses rubber bands.
That's true.
Alex at Jay's Mix says, have a great evening, MCF. Kayley, enjoy your passion on barrel racing. Wish you all the best. Don't forget when you become a champion. Oh, don't forget us when you become a champion.
I won't.
She won't. Now she got the opportunity to engage with you guys. So this is awesome. Like do you feel like you're a part of the card community now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. She did get her first card at a card show that we went to, and she really wanted it. It was a Nolan Ryan card, and Nolan Ryan was sitting up on the horse. That was like the picture of it. So that's your first. You still have it in your room too, right? In the top loader and everything.
Yeah, she actually has it like next to her bed.
And now she has her own card.
Awesome.
We still gotta get her into Pokemon still.
I don't think she's getting into Pokemon, buddy.
She gotta like it.
No, I don't.
Yes, she does.
I don't.
Well, don't ever give up, because you have a lot of supporters here. If you're ever feeling down, you have this wonderful family supporting you. So never give up. Always give it your all, and don't regret it. You're doing awesome. We can't wait to look forward for more races. We have Stix G saying can't wait to watch more races as well. Kayley, you rock. Can't wait to get one of your cards. So you got a bunch of supporters.
Well, in one of these events one day, we're gonna have to do like a live stream of her actually running live. But I just got to make sure it's the right event to do it with the not data, but a lot of places that we go to, the signal kind of sucks there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really
There's
do
no
it.
service.
Yeah, there's a lot of no service areas. So, but hopefully one day we'll make it to one of these events where the service is perfect and we can actually have your race on live. No more pressure, just everybody.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You
You
gotta
just have
get
your
used
own fan base now.
You got to get used to it. You're going to be on TV soon, or maybe
Yep.
you already are.
I actually am. The Creek Fire.
Oh, on the Creek
Yeah,
Fire.
I
Yeah.
have also.
Yeah, the whole family, or except for me, I wasn't on there. But yeah.
Goody G's wondering whereabouts are you guys located? I mean,
We're up-
obviously you don't have to give him the exact address, but
We're up by Shaver Lake, California. I don't know. So we're Fresno, California. It's pretty much the middle of the Central Valley in California, and we're up on the mountains, the Sierra Nevada mountains. So right over us this way. Well, it's the opposite on this thing of the way I'm pointing, but is the Sierra Nevadas, and then you'll get to Nevada right over these mountains over here.
And we're like actually at a high elevation. We're like almost at 4,000.
Yeah, we're about 4,000. We're exactly at 4,000 feet. So we get a lot of snow up here, get a lot of bears, get a lot of deer, everything. And Yosemite's probably a little over an hour drive from us, if that kind of helps too, of the location. But yeah, I think we'll have to call it a little early tonight because I was not expecting it's thundering and lightning over here. And
Did you see the huge
lightning?
You don't like
You
lightning?
shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
No, seriously, there was a ball, and
It was a ball.
like a ball of lightning coming
Oh.
down.
I know.
It was literally right there, and
But we appreciate everybody stopping by and
Yeah.
getting to meet my daughter, and I think she broke the ice pretty well. I'm actually shocked about this, that she was able to do it.
By the way, I'm like
Good
double
job.
her size.
You're what?
Double her size.
You're double her size. Oh, you know what? I don't think everybody even knows how old you are. Do y'all know how old she is?
Guess in the chat.
Yeah, guess. Right, guess.
I'm going to say 14.
Close.
Okay.
Just because
I'll do-
my daughter's 14.
I'll do the sweet 16.
16.
Okay. Oh, Sticky G.
Sticks said 13.
13. There's 11 of you. Comment. We have one. Boring.
Haley. They're used to this. You should see Doug from Don't Talk to Robots. Kaylin. Oh yeah, she's a little. They're used to girls like this. Trust me. All right, we got a 14. We got a 14. We got a 15.
Adam's card did it 2 times.
Okay.
Center Hill said 14.
Are
15.
you ready
Got
for
15.
the drum roll?
Well, so far, only one person has been right.
No.
Oh, of course.
I think Adam was cheating though. He's throwing in a lot of stuff.
That's
here.
true. Okay. It doesn't count. Okay.
And you have a chipper night too, Adam.
Only one person.
So
got
only
it.
one
Okay.
person.
Sticky's G was correct. I'm 13 years old.
13.
Holy moly.
And she
It's six.
you didn't Sticks G.
Well,
It's Corey.
looks like
She didn't turn 13 that long ago either.
I'm gonna be 14 in a few, like in 7 months.
In 7 months.
Not that long.
In 7 months.
6 months. Not that long. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna be 10 soon.
Let's go. What's your birthday month?
Months or something.
When's your birthday, Trenton?
November 27th.
November. Let's go.
Guys, guess her birthday.
Well, that's a rough one. But she's March 3rd, and I'm actually Halloween.
No way.
and his birthday is exactly on 6 p.m.
It's right at 6 p.m. Okay. But this is going to be the last year I'm ever in my 30s, so it might be a rough
J&J
one.
Break- I just turned 13.
I'm 39 myself, my guy, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
This person said on March 2nd.
March 2nd, nice. Versintax. I had a midlife crisis when I turned 30. Because, I mean, you can ask my wife. I was freaking out. I'm like, I'm never going to be in my 20s ever again for the rest of my life. Now I'm old. You know,
Well, it makes sense. It's halfway to 60.
what's that?
It makes sense. It's halfway to 60.
made him feel better.
And now I'm here halfway to 80.
It's nuts. Time just goes by so fast.
It really does. It really does. And now I got all these gray hairs because of her.
I know, right? I was gonna say parenting really really speeds up the time. It's crazy.
Oh, turning.
Uh-oh.
It's turning.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, we're gonna have to do this again. We'll have to do Q&A session 2.0. Here.
I'm throwing all this stuff in. Hang on.
Oh, okay, she's throwing in her boots. Can't get those boots wet.
That's right.
She can step on horse crap, but can't get them wet.
Yep.
Saddle.
I'm using my
I like how she left her phone here, though.
That's not mine.
Oh, it's not your phone?
It's mine.
Touche.
Yeah. All right, let's say goodbye to everybody, Kayley.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Well, until next time.
Well, thank you all for
Yeah,
this.
thank
This
you.
has been awesome. We're gonna have to do a 2.0 pretty soon.
Oh my god, this is cold.
Thank you, Mountain and KMT, for hosting this.
No doubt. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Okay, we're doing this inside.
No, hold on.
Yes, we are.
Okay, all right. Okay, everybody's freaking out over here. All right, guys. So until next time. We finally got her.
We got it.
We got the wife.
We got her.
Finally.
Peace out.
All right, guys.
Until next time. Peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Late spam.
Later.